Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to another episode of Reclaiming Season 2 of Your Life. So I am here again with another inspiring story to share with you. Hi, I am here with Huma today. Hi, Huma, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for making time and joining us today to share a very, how should I put it, a different story where actually girls can learn that, even if sometimes ऐसे होता है कि हम वो वाली डिग्री नहीं कर पाते जो बचपन से हमें शौक होता है लाइक आई ऑलवेज वांटेड टू बिकम एन आर्किटेक्ट बट फॉर सम रीजन मैं नहीं जा सकी उस डिग्री में. But Huma is a living example of still pursuing her passion even after doing ACCA. So Huma is an entrepreneur, and she developed this very interesting app by the name of Book My Spot. And I would love that Huma introduces her child herself and tell us a little bit about that app and her journey towards this development.
Okay, sure. Thank you for inviting me. So basically, yes, I did ACCA, and then I recently, like after having a career of like 9 years in a corporate, I formed this startup, basically Book My Spot. It's basically a salon appointment booking app. The idea was that I always actually wanted to do something of my own, and then I've been associated somehow with ERP as well. So I've been working in technology. I knew business and business. I've been doing business consultancy for Microsoft Dynamics ERP. So having said that, I always saw, obviously, एक startup की एक journey एक चली रही थी. Everyone, a lot of people were doing startups. I was introduced into this particular thing by my friends. I've been like supporting them on and off with their startups. And then what I did was that I always had this thing, nobody was actually working for the beauty industry. We had a lot of business for logistics, deliveries, in food, etc. But nobody was, doing anything for the beauty industry. So that's how I came up with the idea. It actually was my own problem when like I used to, have to like book appointments with the salons. I used to find it, quite a hassle that when you're calling at the salon, they either you either find the number busy, or the phone is left unattended. Nobody's like picking the phone, so you have to like keep on calling and calling. So that is how I came up with it. When we're all talking about digitalization, we're all talking about technology and everything, why nobody is doing something in this particular field. So that's how I came up with this. And then I always like wanted to do something for the women at large. And talking about this beauty industry, it's like largely dominated. It's being led by the females. There are a lot of females who are running their businesses, their salons. So I thought, okay, वहाँ पे भी you have like different segments, different tiers, like starting from obviously high tier salons भी हैं, mid tier भी हैं, low tier भी हैं. So a lot of people were struggling with the digitalization aspects. They were lacking behind because उन्हें नहीं पता कि अपने आप को किस तरह से market करें. और the technology, traditional marketing हो रही है obviously, but how to promote them on social media, on different other platforms. So that's how I started working on this thing, that this is going to help them out as well. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Huma, for the detailed introduction and actually talking about identifying the market gap. Or I'm sure this must have been very, interesting और बहुत exciting journey होगी कि आपने बहुत बड़ा market gap identify किया and you actually did something on it. Because I still feel कि although जो हमारी salon industry है, it is definitely mostly women led industry है, but अभी भी डिजिटलाइजेशन के ऊपर कहीं बहुत पीछे रह गए हम. लाइक इवन अगर मैं लाहौर की बात करूं, बिकॉज आई एम फ्रॉम लाहौर प्राइमरीली, यहाँ पे भी बहुत कम सैलून्स ऐसे हैं जहाँ पे अभी तक द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ पेइंग थ्रू योर कार्ड इज एन आइडियल, अभी भी आपको कैश पे ही पेमेंट करनी पड़ती है, जिसकी वजह से बहुत दफा ऐसे होता है कि आप शायद ज्यादा काम करा लो अगर कार्ड के ऊपर चीजें हो रही हो, तो वहां से भी बिजनेस का एक ऑब्वियसली लैग तो होता है, आपको फर्क पड़ता है। फिर मार्केटिंग के ऊपर भी डेफिनेटली अब आके द इंडस्ट्री इज अ लिटिल बिट अंडरस्टैंडिंग, बिकॉज सैलून इंडस्ट्री पे मोर और लेस ये वो वाली इंडस्ट्री की हम बात करें जो खवातीन ने कहीं ना कहीं किसी एक कमरे से ही स्टार्ट की है, ठीक है, विच इज अनदर जर्नी, अनदर इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी इन इटसेल्फ, किस तरीके से खवातीन घर से कुछ ऐसा स्टार्ट करती हैं और फिर आई हैव लिटरली सीन वुमेन हु आर सपोर्टिंग देयर होल फैमिलीज जो ब्रेड अर्नर्स हैं। सो दिस ऐप डेफिनेटली लुक्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग। सो आपको कैसा, लाइक इसके ऊपर रिस्पॉन्स कैसा मिला, हाउ मेनी सैलून साइंड अप विद यू, और लाइक हाउ इज इट गोइंग सो फार, एंड कितना अर्सा हो गया आपको ये ऐप लॉन्च किए हुए?
So basically, I started basically this idea came when I was like working. So I started, getting the product developed through people, and then we scaled it. But बीच में थोड़ा कोविड वाला phase भी आ गया था, तो वो like we started development, but then we couldn't, get it into the market. We couldn't, हम live नहीं कर पा रहे थे because
Yeah.
that the salon closed. But that actually, वो चीज होती है कि अगर कोई चीज होती है तो उसके कुछ प्रोज एंड कॉन्स दोनों होते हैं. So from there we even, like we were talking about, booking appointments online and then going to the salon. And this particular thing basically, generated उन लोगों को understanding इस बात की होने लगी कि rather than just, walking into the salon and getting the appointment, वो आपका टाइम भी लग रहा है, आपको वेट भी करना पड़ रहा है. तो बिकॉज ऑफ कोविड व्हाट हैपेंड वाज कि सैलून ओनर्स को भी समझ में आ गया हाउ इम्पोर्टेंट इट इज टू
या
गेट द अपॉइंटमेंट्स.
अपॉइंटमेंट का कॉन्सेप्ट, हाँ।
वो हमारे लिए ना एक लोगों को समझाना बहुत आसान हो गया था. तो luckily people started, perceiving it. Customer side, तो they are loving our product. I get a lot of good feedbacks from it, and they keep on, even suggesting us के ये feature भी होना चाहिए, इसमें ये भी होना चाहिए. And with time we are obviously trying to, add those things as well. But salons के point of view से I'm talking about, the digitalization aspect and everything. So I'm getting a very good response. It's a new thing. Obviously, इसमें थोड़ा सा change of behavior वाली चीज भी है, तो we have to, make people understand about it. But Alhamdulillah, we have around like 65 plus salons from
वेरी नाइस।
Karachi on board on our platform. And we're working, हम लोग सिर्फ उनकी अपॉइंटमेंट बुकिंग्स नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम लोग उनकी मार्केटिंग भी कर रहे होते हैं. वी रन पीआर कैंपेन्स फॉर देम. उनके सैलून्स को किस तरह से प्रमोट करना है, किस सर्विसेज को प्रमोट करना है, उनका आइडल टाइम फिगर आउट करके उसमें हम कुछ डील्स या डिस्काउंट्स इंट्रोड्यूस करा दें सो दे गेट मोर revenue through it. With that, we also arrange a lot of spa parties for the salon. So उसमें ये होता है कि different Facebook groups और community, women communities में के साथ हम लोग एक arrangement करते हैं and we, organize spa parties. तो उससे होता है कि salons को, एक दिन में भी एक revenue थोड़ा boost मिलता है. And then obviously if the customer likes the experience, they start going to the salon as well. So these are the things that we are doing.
So basically you are providing a complete 360-degree solution जो बहुत बहुत क्रिएटिव तरीके से डेफिनेटली दोनों साइड्स के लिए विन विन सिचुएशन है. द कस्टमर गेट्स गुड डील्स विच इज डेफिनेटली समथिंग. डील्स आर द न्यू हाइप फ्रॉम आई थिंक लास्ट 3-4 ईयर से तो यही चल रहा है. इवन लाहौर की मार्केट में भी यही चल रहा है कि डील्स होती हैं. सो देयर इज अ गुड ट्रैफिक, देयर इज अ गुड फुटफॉल इन द सैलून, or the salon gets good reach as well. So this is something very interesting that you are doing. So a little bit about, I would like to know about your personal life, especially in the aspect कि you chose a field जो अब आके तो I think the trends are changing and the families are supportive in terms के अब लड़कियां कुछ भी पढ़ सकती हैं, but some years back it was like आपको या इंग्लिश उर्दू और उस तरह की स्पेशलाइजेशन ग्रेजुएशन में कर लें ताकि आप बाद में टीचिंग की जॉब कर सकें. So how did how was your family while you chose a career that was definitely way more different than all those regular या cliche career lines जो खवातीन choose करती हैं? And how is your family now supporting you, seeing you running a business all by yourself?
So basically, my parents have always been very supportive. Right from the beginning, obviously starting से उन्होंने हमारा एक mindset ये create किया हुआ था कि you have to make your careers, you have to be independent. So starting से yeah, obviously where I am today, I'm going to give them the credit. My dad especially wanted me to be a doctor though, but I didn't become a doctor because I was really not into it. So,
Okay.
but I I starting I really wanted to be a pilot, but then for some personal reasons I didn't chose that. I didn't opt for it. But then ACCA was the sort of a trending thing at that time, and I've been like choosing CA karna hai, ACCA karna hai, MBA karna hai, because I really wanted to be in the business side since the beginning. So here having some discussions with a lot of people who were around in my circle. So I chose to do ACCA, and then fortunately and unfortunately, when we basically completed the ACCA, because ACCA is not basically a UK based, it's a UK based degree. It's not a पाकिस्तान की सर्टिफिकेशन नहीं है पाकिस्तान में सीए हो रहा होता है तो all the audit firms basically banned the ACCAs from hiring them initially so I didn't get into the audit firm so I joined Systems Limited that was the first offer that I got and उसके बाद I started getting the audit की jobs वगैरह भी and then audit firms ने भी ban वो कर दिया था then I got a call from that but वो मैंने ERP में I started working and I really started enjoying because I already knew audit I knew business but I didn't know about ERPs so I was finding it very interesting to get into a new thing I was like exploring new things and so I stayed back I didn't मैंने अब दूसरी ऑफर्स वगैरह को नहीं उस वक्त ऑप्ट किया कि नहीं I want still want to explore this particular thing and then उसके बाद I spent like 9 years in ERP I worked in different companies I also worked in KPMG Malta and Europe so फिर वहां से फिर जो है in between एक वो था कि नहीं I really have to do something of my own as well so that's actually started on it. So talking about the obviously leaving the corporate and then coming to the business side, initially obviously my family was a bit reluctant because I already had set my career in that, but obviously family में अभी भी in fact ये एक चीज हो रही होती है कि नहीं you should focus on your career, focus on your job rather than working on the startup. But then there are a few family members who are still supportive. They understand about it. So here, obviously, with time, they have pretty much understood Kenny she really wants to do this, so let her do it. So yeah, they are all supportive. They keep on even maybe चीज़ों में they will keep on supporting me कोई events वगैरह organize करने होते हैं तो they're all into it supporting me all together so yeah it's a very good experience
so
so
yeah,
far.
like you said, I believe one of the most important things for a women entrepreneur is to have that inside support from the family. I mean, obviously, it's natural. Not everybody's, on board in the very beginning. या हो सकता है कहीं in the happy middle में भी सारे on board now. But to have that inside support, to have some family members supporting your idea, that actually helps pave ways for, make things smoother for you. So I'll come to your entrepreneurial journey as well, but usse pehle I would like to talk a little bit about because you have a vast experience of 9 years working in the corporate culture. How did you find the corporate culture for women in Pakistan? Generally, agar hum baat kare, what was your experience overall? And if you think that there could be a few things that could be changed for the better, so what's your take on it?
Okay, so initially obviously when I started off उस वक्त थोड़ा बहुत ही I mean था but like in my own department there were just like 3 or 4 females working all together among all the men. तो काफी थोड़ा लोगों के लिए ना थोड़ा even when I started on my very first day, I a lot of people came to me that, you know, why did you choose this field? This field is not for women, etc. Hardly, because in consultancy there are like no working hours. You have to, you know, do a lot of overtime, especially in Pakistan. So उस time पे ना people were like, how are you, you know, going to manage that late hours meetings and everything? But I was always passionate about it, so I, you know, stick to it, and I, you know, worked in a manner कि कोई ये नहीं कह सके, you know, the man can do this but she cannot do that. So I try to, you know, keep a gender balance, obviously ensuring the work life balance as well. So initially I did see the reluctance, but I see in Pakistan even the management is very like supportive towards, you know, bringing women in the fields, having the balance. तो I find कि हमारे पास what I believe is and what I've experienced throughout is the management overall is very supportive. हाँ कुछ आपको colleagues वगैरह ऐसे मिलते हैं who are not, you know, they think that they, you know, they sort of create, you know, that this gender inequality sometimes. But
Yeah,
then if you, I was lucky enough to have supportive management, so you know, I went through the entire journey. My journey have been quite good in that particular case. Like I was the only female working in the management side as well. So yeah, so that was, you know, one another achievement. So yeah, I
I'm
think
sure.
अगर आपके
Yeah.
bosses वगैरह, sorry to cut you off,
Uh,
I think आपके bosses को supportive होना चाहिए, तो you can, you know, do
hmm.
it along.
Yeah, supportive and matlab, obviously a little bit, well aware of what's going around as well, because I have had my share of working with, working in corporate culture and working with men and women alike. One thing that I still see very prevalent is कि no matter आप as a female आप जिस भी stage पे पहुंच जाते हो अपनी life में, you still have to prove yourself in a room full of men. I mean, they're all talking about the same things that you are talking about. You will probably have another aspect or another angle to that idea, but you will have to say it louder. So, they listen to you. I mean, this is what I have experienced so far, or इवन माई फ्रेंड्स आर वर्किंग इन द सेम इंडस्ट्री. अभी भी कहीं ना कहीं ये थोड़ा सब कल्चर प्रिवेलेंट है, बट या इट्स ऑल्सो राइट टू से कि अब इस कल्चर को क्वेश्चन भी किया जा रहा है. एंड इट्स नॉट लाइक कि सिर्फ खवातीन ही करिए, इवन सम फेलो कोलीग्स, मेल कोलीग्स आर ऑल्सो क्वेश्चनिंग दिस कल्चर, और लाइक वो थोड़ा सा पॉजिटिव चेंज जो शायद पहले नहीं था वो अब आ रहा है इसके अंदर. So, now coming back to your entrepreneurial journey, I'm sure it must have been very challenging because it is a 24/7 job. You don't have any offs, you don't get any, I believe you don't even get any, Eid holidays भी नहीं आपको होती, रमजान में बाकी सबके timings और होते हैं, आपके timings और होते हैं. So, I would like to know a little bit about that. How has it been for you and how have you been managing everything?
Sure. Okay, so coming before coming to the entrepreneurial journey, I would say unfortunately or fortunately, I was working in an industry जहाँ पे बिल्कुल same scenario. We used to work on Sundays, we used to work on holidays at times. तो वो वाला factor 24/7 वाला जो factor था ना, I was already, you know, going through that, and that's what even made me, you know, choose this particular decision, that I was thinking, when I can, you know, do all this in an organization, why can't I do, you know,
For
for my
yourself,
own?
yeah.
So so that helped me a lot, I think. So I would say कि yeah, was this basically, you know, helped me in, you know, pursuing this thing as well कि yeah, ये वाली चीज हो सकती है. But obviously startups में definitely there are a lot of challenges that you realize when you know, get into this particular thing, because organization में you have a lot of people, you know,
Hmm.
working together, you have a management, you have everything. अब यहाँ startup में you have to initially, obviously you have to, जब when I started I didn't have a team. तो आई हैड टू लाइक डू एवरीथिंग ऑन माय ओन. अब वो चाहे सैलून्स को ऑनबोर्ड करना है, स्ट्रेटेजिक डिसीजंस लेने हैं, डेवलपमेंट वाला एस्पेक्ट देखना है. ऑब्वियसली आई हायर्ड अ डेवलपर विद मी, so that was the only person in the team initially when I started working. तो हर चीज आपको मैनेज करनी पड़ती है, छोटी से छोटी, बड़ी से बड़ी. तो दैट वाज अ चैलेंज, यू नो, कि आप किसी एक चीज पे फोकस नहीं कर सकते. यू हैव टू सी ऑल द एस्पेक्ट्स. यू हैव टू सी कि कस्टमर्स कैसे आने हैं, मार्केटिंग कैसे करनी है, फाइनेंशियल एस्पेक्ट्स देखने हैं, टीम ऑन बोर्ड करनी है. तो दैट वाज वन चैलेंज. But with time, obviously, I started, you know, hiring people and having a team. We have a very small team at the moment. We are just 7 people now, uh, which is actually a big number for a startup even.
Exactly. I mean, it's an achievement in itself. I don't know why did you call it we are a very small team or अभी सब बहुत छोटा है. This is something very huge.
Considering actually the considering the fact that we have to, you know, grow and, you know, go and bigger. So those
Yeah.
aspects I still feel that I, you know, I have a small team. I have a lot of things to do. I have a lot of goals and targets to achieve. So that's what, you know, keep me a bit, you know, थिंकिंग कि हाँ, यू नो, क्योंकि जो स्केल में ऑब्वियसली, यू नो, यू वांट, जब आपके पास सारी आइडियाज और सब चीजें हों, देन यू जस्ट वांट इट टू बी इम्प्लीमेंटेड जल्दी जल्दी, क्विकली. सो दैट्स द थिंग. तो फिर आपको फिर ऑब्वियसली देखना पड़ता है व्हाट्स योर स्केल, व्हाट्स योर बजट एंड एवरीथिंग. These are the challenges, few of the challenges that we are facing, but alhamdulillah now it's going at a very good pace. So yeah, बट चैलेंजेस आर, यू नो, आपको भी आइडिया होगा, चैलेंजेस जस्ट कीप्स ऑन कमिंग. और ऑब्वियसली अगर चैलेंजेस नहीं होंगे तो, यू नो, विल बी जस्ट सिटिंग ऑल फाइन. हमारे पास भी वो वाले चीज नहीं होगी कि, यू नो, वी हैव टू, यू नो, डू गेट दिस डन, एंड आप फिर
Yeah.
आराम से फिर बैठ जाते हैं. तो चैलेंजेस आर इम्पोर्टेंट इन अ मैनर एज वेल. सो या,
Yeah, because it's
enjoy
like
that.
definitely it's one thing after another. आप सबसे पहले तो अच्छी टीम मिलना is a blessing in itself. Definitely फिर उस टीम को build करना, फिर उस टीम को retain करना, अपना जो आपका idea है, जो आपकी ideology है behind this business, वो कंपनी कल्चर के अंदर उसको इनरूट करना, फिर एक कंपनी कल्चर इटसेल्फ बिल्ड करना. मतलब इट इज अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स दैट यू हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ. इट्स नॉट जस्ट वन थिंग. आई मीन यू नॉट जस्ट सेलिंग एन आइडिया नहीं आप कर रहे होते, यू आर एक्चुअली मेकिंग समथिंग न्यू आउट ऑफ नथिंग. मतलब डेफिनेटली आपके पास वो वाली एक डिफाइंड हायरार्की का एलिमेंट स्टार्टअप्स में उतनी जल्दी नहीं आ सकता. मतलब यू कांट जस्ट से कि I'm the boss, so you just go and manage it yourself. This is not how it works. You always have to be part of the team. I mean, if the team is staying for late hours, you have to stay there as well. So it's like a lot of challenges, definitely. And you said very rightly that with these challenges, we are able to grow. With these challenges, we figure out our strengths, we figure out our weaknesses, और उन चीजों को आप उसी तरीके से manage करते हैं. So I'm inspired by how you decided to build something जो कि एक बहुत बड़ा market gap भी था. और I'm actually excited about the part where you were able to convince the salons to get on board with you, because उनके कुछ set traditions और rules होते हैं, और you have to tell them, you have to keep educating them about digitalization और वो कितनी जरूरी है, और मंथली स्पेंडिंग मार्केटिंग पे कितनी जरूरी है. मतलब दैट इज अ होल डिफरेंट पॉडकास्ट जिस मैं इसके ऊपर कर सकती हूँ, बिकॉज अभी भी हमारी मार्केट में मार्केटिंग का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है ना, दैट इज समथिंग वेरी वेग, कि हर महीने पैसे लगने होते हैं या क्यों लगने होते हैं. आई मीन दैट इज समथिंग स्टिल दैट वी नीड टू टॉक अबाउट. So, like, what are your plans for future? Book My Spot को लेके, are you planning to expand to other cities, or like, what are the things that we should look forward to?
Okay, yes, definitely. We are planning to expand to other cities. We are getting a lot of response from the salons itself from Lahore,
Wow,
basically.
that's
But अभी हमने
amazing.
थोड़ा सा उनको on hold रखा हुआ है because we want to, you know, build up a team को, ताकि वहाँ पे भी हमारी एक presence हो, and then because we don't want to compromise on the quality. Initially अभी हमने एक दो salons को on board लिया है on a trial and test run, ताकि हम थोड़ा देख सकें, understand the market. um, apart from that, obviously, we have to expand to all the other major cities as well. Talking about Islamabad, Hyderabad, from here, Sindh, Sargodha, a lot of other cities. So definitely, I want to take it, at the national level. So yes, that is one plan of ours. And then we are also getting, because we got a lot of response from the home. There are a lot of startups who are working on home services. So what we are doing is कि हम अपने salons नहीं, अपने staff, अपने सारी team वगैरह नहीं कर hire कर रहे. What we are doing is we are getting the other such startups and such teams on board. जैसे salons हमारे साथ partner होते हैं, वो भी हमारे साथ partner हो रहे हैं. And we are starting another thing of another segment, home services ka, because a lot of salons are now, even after COVID,
After
offering the
COVID,
home services. So that is one another avenue. So talking about coming back to that thing again, book my spot is not just the appointment booking system. It has to be everything that when it comes to beauty. So later on, we do plan to have products as well in on our platform. So yeah, these are the basic things that we plan to do. And obviously, when we already have a good customer base and everything up and running, एक ऐप बन जाएगी, तो we can easily even to other countries as well, because एक product है, technology की बात यही होती है कि you can easily scale it to the other places as well. So yeah, that's the long-term plan.
Perfect. That sounds something really that I'll be looking forward to. And anyone who is, planning to, and even I believe people who are becoming, आजकल makeup artist का trend बहुत ज़्यादा है. People who are doing makeup services at home. So if you're looking at, if you are watching our podcast, you can definitely reach out to Huma's team. We'll add the link where you can, go to them and actually get yourself registered and expand your business in a more effective manner by spending whatever you can spend at this moment. Thank you so much, Uma, for coming to us and telling us all about this very inspiring story that you have. And I'm very excited to look at someone doing something specifically for the salon industry for women. And I'm sure you're helping a lot of businesses because बहुत सारी खवातीन इसमें वो होंगी जो probably बहुत ज़्यादा massive marketing spend और budget अभी afford नहीं कर सकती हैं, but through your app they can offer good deals, get good revenue, and eventually expand. Thank you so much, and see you guys in another episode soon. Take care.